Creating images with DALL-E inside ChatGPT. Yes. So, ever needed a custom image and realized your options were frustrating? Stock photos that look generic, design tools with steep learning curves, professional designers who cost hundreds of dollars, or worse, settling for close enough when you had something specific in mind. For most of us, translating a visual idea into an actual image has always been the bottleneck. You can describe exactly what you want, but making it happen, that's been the hard part. Not anymore. ChatGPT can now create images directly from your descriptions, and it's genuinely impressive. Here's the deal: ChatGPT originally used DALL-E 3, a separate image model for generating visuals. But as of 2025, image generation is now native to ChatGPT, built directly into the GPT-4o model and onwards. And in December 2025, OpenAI released GPT Image 1.5, making it even faster and more precise. So, what does this mean for you? Better understanding of your prompts, more accurate results, readable text in images, and the ability to refine through conversation, just like chatting. Now, whether you need social media graphics, presentation visuals, concept art, or just want to see your ideas come to life, you can do it in seconds. So, in this session, I'll show you exactly how to create images in ChatGPT. You will learn how to write prompts that gets results, choose the right settings, and download images for your projects. And by the end, you will have generated your first images and understand how to get the most from this tool. Let's create something. So, how to generate an image? Now, creating an image is as simple as asking. Just type what you want to see. ChatGPT recognizes image requests automatically. So you can say create an image of a mountain cabin at sunrise with snow on the ground. Generate a logo concept for a free coffee shop called Bean and Brew. Show me a futuristic car in a neon light city at night, and that's it. GPT processes your descriptions and generates the images usually in 30 to 60 seconds. Detailed images or high server loading might take up to a minute. And you can also explicitly request image creation by clicking the attachment icon. Let's find it out how and do we do that. Okay, and here this is. I will open the fresh ChatGPT. So let's copy the first prompt. Create an image of a mountain cabin at sunrise with snow on the ground. So either we can just give this prompt and leave it on ChatGPT to recognize that this is an image generation request, or we can click on plus and we can click on this. Now it understands that this definitely is an image. Now I need not write this if I am doing that. So a mountain cabin at sunrise with snow on the ground, and that's that. And hit enter. See how long does it take to create this image. Barely a few seconds. It's generating an image, and you can create another image while you wait. So let's give another prompt. A logo concept for a coffee shop called Bean and Brew. And there is a third prompt that we discussed, that is show me a futuristic car in a neon lit city at night. Let's see. Okay, I see the logo is coming up. And what about the previous one? Okay, this is the image for cozy cabin in a snowy mountain at sunrise. Okay, what about the next one? Rustic mountain coffee logo. How does that look like? That's Bean and Brew coffee house. That's beautiful, isn't it? Amazing logo. I mean, like, what else do you want, or what else would you ask for in a logo? And the last prompt was a futuristic city. The image is still getting created. Now that's how quick and fast ChatGPT is today around creating images. Okay, here it is. Neon glow on a cyberpunk street. Now that's that. Now, talking about writing effective prompts, because prompts are the key to get the best quality output. So the quality of your image depends heavily on your prompt. And here is how to write better ones. Number one is be specific about the subject. Instead of a dog, try a border collie mid jump catching a frisbee. More details gives the AI more to work with. Include the setting. Where is this happening? In a sunny park? Against a white background? Inside a cozy library? Context shapes everything. Specify the style. And this is huge, guys. Same subject, different styles. Photorealistic, watercolor painting, minimalist vector illustration, vintage 1950s poster, anime style, or oil painting. Next, you can describe the lighting and the mood. Warm golden hour lighting, moody and dramatic, bright and cheerful, soft diffused light. Now, these dramatically change the feel of the image that gets generated. Mention the perspective, close up portrait, wide establishing shot, bird's eye view, low angle looking up. Tell the AI where the camera is. Let's take a real example. Now compare this. There's a weak prompt, a city at night. Or a strong prompt could look like a futuristic Tokyo inspired cityscape at night, neon signs reflecting on wet streets, cyberpunk aesthetic, cinematic wide shot, dramatic lighting, photorealistic. Now, do you see the difference? The second prompt gives the AI clear direction on subject, setting, style, lighting, and composition. And that's what you have to do to get the desired output. Now, you can also request specific image dimensions. ChatGPT supports square 1:1, great for social media profiles, Instagram posts, or landscape 16:9 or similar, presentations, YouTube thumbnails, desktop wallpapers, or portraits 9:16, phone wallpapers, Instagram stories, Pinterest pins. Just include it in your prompt. Create a landscape image of rolling hills at sunset. Generate a square logo for a tech startup. Portrait format, phone wallpaper with abstract geometric shapes. And you can also be more specific and give the exact dimensions 1920 by 100 and 1080 or 16:9. And if you don't specify, you will typically get a square image by default, like we just got over here. All of these are square images by default. Now, moving on to keywords that work, the style guide. Now, let me give you some style keywords that consistently produce great results. For realism, photorealistic, hyper realistic, professional photography, DSLR photo, 85 lens, 4K, highly detailed. For illustration, digital illustration, vector art, flat design, hand drawn sketch, and concept art. For artistic styles, impressionist painting, watercolor, oil painting, art nouveau, minimalist. For specific aesthetics, cyberpunk, steampunk, vintage retro, cottagecore, vaporwave. For mood, dramatic lighting, soft and dreamy, high contrast, moody atmospheric, bright and vibrant. Now mix and match these with your subject. A lighthouse on a cliff, watercolor style, soft dreamy mood, sunset colors, and so on. Now, you can also add text to images. And this is one of the biggest improvements in recent models. You can now include readable text. Older image AI struggled with text, producing weird letters. But GPT Image 1.5 is much better. And you can create posters with headlines, book covers with titles, signs and storefronts, logos with company names, social media codes. And to include text, you just need to specify it in quotes within your prompt. Create a motivational poster. With the text, start before you are ready. In bold, sans serif font, minimalist design, navy blue background. Or design a coffee shop logo featuring the name Morning Lead Ritual in elegant script. Now, what you need to do is keep text short. Single words or short phrases work best. Long sentences may still have errors. Always double check the spelling in generated images. Occasionally, letters do go wrong or missing. But what you can do about it is refine it through conversation. Now, here is where native image generation really shines. You can refine through natural conversation. After ChatGPT generates an image, you can say, make the sky more dramatic, make the color scheme to warmer tones, zoom out so we see more of the environment, make it more minimalist, try a different angle, and ChatGPT remembers the context and modifies the image accordingly beautifully. Now, it is like working with a designer, iterating until you get what you want. And you can also ask for variations. Give me three different variations of this concept, or try this in both realistic and illustrated styles. This back and forth is where you will often get your best results. Start with a basic prompt and then refine. Now, once you have got your image you like, downloading is pretty simple. You see over here, you get the option to download right here. This is the icon to download. You hover over the image and click on the download icon, and or maybe right click and save the image as. On mobile you can tap and hold the image and then select save to photos or similar. Images are generated at high resolution, typically 1024 by 1024 for square images and proportionally for other aspect ratios. Good enough for most digital users, social media and presentations. For larger print projects you might want to upscale using other tools. Now, images you create are yours, and according to OpenAI's term, you own the images you generate and can use them commercially, including for products, marketing, and sale. Just make sure your content follows their usage policies. Now, here are some quick tips for better results. So, before we wrap up, here are some rapid fire tips. 1. Start simple, then add detail. Don't cram everything into your first prompt. 2. If something is wrong, describe what to fix rather than starting over. 3. Use a reference styles in the style of Studio Ghibli animation or like a 1980s movie poster. 4. For consistency, describe elements precisely. A red haired woman in her 30s wearing a blue blazer. Same description, more consistent results. And 5. If the image isn't what you imagined, try rephrasing. Different words can produce surprisingly different results. And 6. Check hands, text, and small details. Now, these are where AI occasionally makes mistakes. So, here is what matters. Creating images in ChatGPT is as simple as describing what you want to see. Write specific prompts, include the subject, the setting, the style, the lighting, and the mood. Choose your aspect ratio and refine through conversation. Download and use. The more you practice, the better you will get at translating ideas into prompts that produce exactly what you're imagining. Now, it is a skill and it does develop quickly. So, here is your challenge. Create 3 images right now. First, something simple, a single object or a scene. Second, something with a specific style. Try adding watercolor or cyberpunk or minimalist. Third, something with a text, a poster, a logo concept, or a quote graphic. Compare the results, see what works, and get a feel of how prompts translate into images. And you now know how to create images from scratch. But what about images you already have? In the next session, we will cover editing images with ChatGPT. Yes, you can edit images with ChatGPT, uploading photos and visuals you have, and then transforming, modifying, and enhancing them through conversation. See you there. And 2 questions that I want to leave you with. What is one image you have always wanted but could never find? And which style keyword are you most excited to try? Let me know in the community if you have joined already. If not, then feel free to join my private community and I'll see you there. Until then, have a great and a wonderful evening. Bye bye.